ask yourself, is this something I'm doing because I feel I'll be unworthy if I don't? I'll be unworthy of, I will be bad. I will be evil in some way if I don't. So I need to put that pressure on myself.
Hello, I am Dan.
And I'm Can.
And this is the Dan and Candy Podcast, a weekly podcast that is just our life unfolded out before you all, where we take events from our life from the previous week, and that becomes our content for this week's episode. So we're going to dive into some stuff we experienced this week. But first, we're going to kick it old school. Back when I'd have a frosty beverage in front of me for an episode. Do you remember them days, Cam?
I do.
You try to forget them every day.
No. No, we struggled sometimes.
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes. If I didn't eat dinner, oh shit.
You can do those once in a while.
We got tired of staying up late, so we try to record earlier and then eat afterwards. Little incentive for us to push through and get done. But how about we spend a little time and, well, first off, do you know why they have handles and stuff on mugs and stems on wine glasses and martini glasses?
Why they have handles on them?
Yeah.
Oh, why they have mugs on those? And no, I never even...
It's so you don't increase or decrease the temperature by your body heat. So when you hold it, you're not holding the actual cup.
Okay, but why not put a mug on a wine glass? Or a handle?
That's what the stem is for. So you hold the stem.
But why not do a handle? Why did they do that? Just because it has they wanted to create a different look?
Yeah. You know, I don't know. There's some reason.
Someone had to decide this looks more sophisticated than that.
Well, you're probably talking about both of us right now. You look a little more sophisticated than I do.
Whatever.
But, hey, let's get to know each other a little bit better.
Okay.
At least let our crowd know us better.
Maybe we learn new things about each other on here all the time.
So, our question this week to get to know us better is, what is the most awkward or cringy way that you ever tried to evangelize to someone? Now, while you're thinking, I'll go over a story that you're very familiar with. When we were young, married couple and Christians and really fighting through, someone presented us with a book. It wasn't The Late Great Planet Earth. It was another book.
No, it was something where Seventh-day Adventists basically were implying that the Catholic Church was the beast, right? From Revelation.
Or was it The Great Whore of Babylon?
Yeah, something like that. One of those two.
It's one of them things. So I read it and was greatly convicted. It had formulas in there proving that the population of the world right now...
It would be interesting for you to read that now.
Oh, God, no. But I was so convicted that my sister, who never was ever inquisitive about faithful things, was curious about what was going on with us. And was like, what's going on? Can you explain it? I said, here's how to explain it. Read this book that claims that your faith that you've grown up with and still believe in
is evil to the core, which is basically what we say about evangelicalism now.
Yeah.
But we don't call it the beast because we're not trying to predict. Yeah. It's not we don't believe in that stuff, but yeah.
So, yeah, that was a pretty great way.
I remember you taking the book to her. You dropped it off as we were leaving, you coward. You're like, here you go, read it.
Was I supposed to let her watch her read it? Be like, read,
you were supposed to
take it all in.
Send it before we got there. Say, get this read before I show up, and then we'll have a discussion.
We'll discuss.
I don't have I'm sure I did really cringy things. The one that just comes to mind was being in second grade and being in this, those cement tunnel things that they used to have on the playgrounds.
Oh, the old culverts.
Yeah, and you could lounge in there, climb on top of them. Second grade, me and a friend who were going to the same church at the time called this girl in that was walking by. She was just kind of a loner girl. We were like, come here. And we started telling her all about
weed.
It's just so shady. And it's second grade, for crying out loud. And we start telling her this stuff. And then the girl who was known as the smoker, this is like
in second grade.
Well, she got known as a smoker later, like in fifth grade. Fifth grade, though, she was like a naughty girl. But at the time, she was. Let's be honest, she probably was taught by parents that maybe were atheists or maybe like just did not, because she was like, "You're not allowed to talk about religion at school, and I'm going to tell the principal if you guys keep doing it." And instantly, I was scared. Never brought it up again. I did not want to go to the principal's office for it, but that's the cringiest probably I can think of.
I can think of one, and I'll tell my version of it. And I think
is this my story you're going to tell your version of?
No, I have a separate one that's very similar.
Okay.
But when I was running the bakery and I had all the kids that worked for me, it was a good group of kids.
Yeah, I remember them.
One was a devout Christian when he came in. He was going to be a preacher when he grew up, but very sheltered young man.
Yeah.
And this was his first experience outside the bubble. And after the 2 years of working for me, he was no longer going to be a preacher. Was pretty much renouncing a lot of his faith and fighting against. But this was when we were still Christians.
I know. So you didn't
cause it. But it was the other kids that were showing them the ways of the world.
Oh, yeah.
But they all were the same age and they all graduated at the same time. So being the good manager that I was, I got them all a present. Do you remember the present?
Oh, no. Was it God's words for the graduate or something?
No, it was all Bibles. With a little note
that makes me think of another one. Yeah.
Which I wrote
you know which one
saying, and a little heartfelt message about the college years are going to be difficult, and please stay true to the Lord, you Christian brethren. Your turn.
So my sister and I had this mutual friend. I don't remember. We just usually got presents for each other. She was, she helped a lot. Even when we had our first child, she would help watch her sometimes. Just a good, sweet, woman. And we were probably in our 20s. And so for her birthday, my sister and I chipped in and got her a Bible. And in the Bible, we wrote, "This is the best gift you will ever receive."
Was that the same year the two guys in the group bought her a big old purple dildo?
Probably.
So she got a dildo and a Bible.
And she also got more? This girl was not religious at all. Basically, she kind of stopped talking to us at that point.
Yeah.
Which is, I regret it. It's expected. She made the right move because at that time we were pretty zealous. So that's the kind of things we should bring up when someone says, "You were never a Christian." You know how cringy that stuff is? I mean,
ugh. Here's one that could be the last unless it spurs something else, but it was a family member of ours at Halloween that your family never passed out candy, but when they did, they'd include the Chick tracts, so these little kids would get horrific stories.
And the black and orange wrapped candy that's so nasty that nobody ever wants.
Peanut butter taffy or whatever it was.
I don't even like it, and I love peanut butter.
Yeah, we know. We established that a few weeks ago, and you keep bringing it up.
Can't help it. Peanut butter every episode. It's coming up.
But, yeah, so these little kids get to see these graphic little comics that are passed out about how they're going to go to hell.
And like terrifying graphics. If you haven't seen Chick's tracks, look them up.
Maybe on Halloween we'll review a few Chick's tracks.
That would be kind of, we should just read them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
Or something
we need to write that down. Yeah.
So does that spur anything else for you, or are we done with cringy?
Well, it did. And I don't know if I've brought this one up on the podcast, but a friend that I was friends with for so long, probably second through third, fourth, fifth, sixth, for 4 years. I'm best friends with her. Like we hang out every day. Okay, and this is the end of 6th grade. I still hanging out at her house during the summer. Her parents are divorced, so she went, we lived through that. And I went through that with her when her mom, had her by herself. And then her mom gets a new home and they still live pretty close. And I just saw her every day. And I finally had to tell her right before 7th grade started because I was registered at the public school that she was registered at. But my parents made the decision to send me to this private Christian school. That was the beginning of that journey. Mm-hmm. While I was in school there, it wasn't too long where I was convicted that I couldn't be friends with her because she wasn't a Christian. And so, and
Mormon?
Mind you,
Was she the Mormon?
Yeah,
one?
she was Mormon. Yeah. There was more than one Mormon. Was she the Mormon? I don't think she was the Mormon. I think she is the one that she might have been just a slightly different Christian, but I think she's the one that was witnessing with me to that little girl.
Oh, okay.
It must have been 3rd grade then, not 2nd grade. So, because I know she was my best friend 3rd grade on. So anyways, I realized I'm so convicted that I got to tell her we can't be friends anymore. So freaking crazy, because she had just got done telling me, hey, it was kind of sad in all the classes. They would say your name. And I was like, yeah, she's not coming to school here. I mean, I was her best friend. I was her best friend.
Yeah.
You know how young girls are. Like we just hung out all the time.
Yeah. They scare me still.
And, gosh, like how cruel. But as a kid, so I was convicted. So I wrote out this handwritten long letter, basically telling her why I couldn't be friends with her anymore. I walked to her house. I don't know how many pages it was. But I walked to her house and I'm freaking out inside. My anxiety is through the roof. I stand there, I see their car, and I set it on behind the wheel of the car. Now, the chances, was I hoping they wouldn't find it, or was I hoping they would find it? Such a weird thing to find. But I never knew if they found it until, so I had a new best friend, 7th, 8th, and 9th, 10th grade. And then in 10th grade, I stay at this Christian school, but this friend goes on to the public school. And in that public high school, she meets this friend, and they happen to be talking about me. And she's like, Candy. She was like my best friend in elementary. And the last I ever heard from her was when she left this letter behind the tire of our car. And so then that friend,
who
she said that to,
you're supposed to send it and then meet up with her later and discuss the letter.
Yeah, that's true. How cruel. How cruel. Like how hard, that probably broke her heart.
Yeah, probably.
And all because, and it broke my heart to do it. I didn't want to do it, but I thought I had to for God. You had
to for Jesus. Jesus wanted you to.
We need to talk about something else. I'm so depressed at all the things I did to people. I'm so sorry.
Well, we're going to get into a real happy topic then for you today.
What?
Something that was on the struggle bus this last week. It's not quite an imposter syndrome, but it's something where you still feel the judgment. There's a lot of wrongs and evils in this world today. And you get on social media, you get on news, you get on everything else, and you're supposed to go out and participate in these protests and act up and be these voices of reason in times of chaos. And you just don't have the energy for it, the desire for it, the will for it, maybe even the skills for it. So today we're going to talk about it's all right not to protest. You ready for this? I just unleashed this on her.
I'm using the title. I'm like, I don't know about the title.
This one might get us canceled by a number of people, but
okay, please hang around and listen. Yeah, listen to us have a conversation.
We'll go through it. We're just going to kind of hit the topic real quick, go an overview of what we're kind of going to discuss.
Here we go.
But it's this whole idea of we have this urge to want to go out to No Kings or whatever it may be that's currently up that need to protest, ICE raids, stand in front of the police that are out there doing this. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we're unable to do it. Mm-hmm. And it may be actually logistically unable to do it. There's nothing around us that we know of. Or we just don't, we have time constraints. We have other things, responsibilities we need to.
We don't have time to even be researching what's going on. And sometimes, I mean, we can come up with all sorts of excuses, and that some people will say, those are just excuses. You're privileged.
Privileged in all this.
Yes.
But we're going to analyze why
they might not be wrong.
This comes into the individual that's feeling this. It's part of the old programming from church. When you deconstructed from a system that constantly pressured and shamed you. Go out and evangelize. Go out and spread the word. Be this person. Be this representative of this church.
And if you're not this person, you're a bad person.
Yes.
That's the problem right there.
Exactly. And we left that, had a void in us, and we've replaced it with this other guilt and shame now in us.
Which is typically what happens when you leave a toxic religion, a cult of some sort, because you are so suggestible you easily go into another system that is suggestible to you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
that you're suggestible to. Yeah.
And just like in church, you're always asked to perform, to be of service, help here, do this, give of your time here, give of everything here. And when you sit back and look at it, we're now being analyzed to be here, do this here, protest here, put out TikToks about this, put out this message, show your support and your allegiance to this, and just keep doing. There is no difference between the two. You just substituted one for the other.
Which I will say, we're not trying to say those things shouldn't be done.
No.
That's not what we're trying to say. No. So keep listening, please, because I know you're going to have the pushback.
Yeah. And this is just the explanation of the why we have these feelings within us and why it's effective for these people leading these things to keep putting this on us. They're the new preachers. They're the new leaders in the church that are pressuring to do all this stuff. And it plays on this idea that you have to prove you're doing the work, just like in church.
Well, it's not just you have to prove you're doing the work, because if you're doing the work, that's supposed to be the proof.
Yeah.
But I think what you mean to say is you have to prove your worthiness. You have to prove your worthiness to be in this club. You have to prove, not to be in the club necessarily, you have to prove your worthiness or your goodness. Prove your goodness to me by doing what I think is good.
Yeah.
And this is how we're still judging one another, and it's not helping. It is not helping, or is it healthy? It's not healthy.
Yeah. So it's just substituting one pressured system for another pressured system, which isn't healthy to do. And you have to allow yourself to have rest, have breaks, to rebuild yourself, because you're just going to wear yourself out. You're not going to have the energy to keep doing this and still live your life behind the scenes because you're just expending all this. It's going to be just like it was in church. I don't have time for my family anymore because I'm constantly doing this here. I don't have time to pursue my own interest or goals because I'm constantly feeding all this time to this cause, to this church.
Well, and this is where, I'm sure we'll talk about it later, I guess, where kids can help you. Because I had a situation, and maybe you remember, one of us remembers to bring it up, where the kids called me out. You know what I'm talking about?
You're going to have to refresh me. Well, we can bring it up later.
Yeah, I know. And I'm trying not to go too deep because you got on me because I go too deep too quick.
Sounds like an issue I have. That's where a future
I learned
episode.
it by watching you. But there was something you were saying there.
Given rest and...
Oh, you also have to, and this is a throwback to a previous episode where we talked about, I'm pretty sure we talked about it on this podcast, about dandelions or orchids, like how much you can handle of things. You know what I'm saying? You have to know yourself. Know your sensitivities, but also just know what is going on in your body. You gotta be reconnected with the body.
Yeah, which will play into our resolution to this and kind of the explanation of why we say no protest. But we're going to leave that a cliffhanger for you, if you will,
Please
as we
stick
discuss
around.
things. But we got to loosen it up a little bit. We kind of shook you up with something that you may not agree with at all.
But hopefully you can, if you're listening to this, you're in some phase of deconstruction probably, and everybody who's in it genuinely knows it's uncomfortable, and you have to sit through uncomfortable feelings. So you may be mad at us; it may feel really uncomfortable, but please just sit and listen through, just hear what we're actually saying, because without just hearing those words.
When we started this, and I was only a couple beers deep into the first episode, we were talking about our goal, what we wanted to do with this. And our goal was we wanted to stir up thought.
That's
we
always
wanted to have
been
a conversation and stir up thought and get you to think through something.
We want to provoke your mind a little bit so that it will actually start to think.
So we're going to bring up controversial shit that we're experiencing week to week. And we're going to put it out there.
Things that some people might not be saying, or some very few.
Open up thought on it. So just bear with us as we play a little game.
Okay. Okay. Your
This
glasses
week.
are crooked.
My glasses are crooked. Your glasses are crooked.
Maybe. Where are my glasses? Better
So,
put them on my head so I don't lose
Our
them.
game this week is based off the episode that played today because you got disappointed when we were doing 1-star review of Christian products. And about 90% of the way through the whole thing, we realized it wasn't whether or not the products were real, but whether the reviews are real. And you're
I didn't
like,
care for that game once I found out the
this
real
is bullshit.
thing.
I want to know if they were real products or not.
Exactly.
So today we're going to quiz you
On real products?
if these are real Christian products or just something I made up.
Or AI made up.
So I cheat. Whatever. The first product.
Mm-hmm.
Faith-filled flossers.
Okay, I want you, before we go on, faith-filled flossers.
Mm-hmm.
You made that up. But if it's real, you have to put a picture of it on the screen.
Some bitch.
But we're not going to believe you.
Well, then I want you to go back and research all these products and find me pictures.
If they're real, which you are telling me they are, you should have the pictures or at least access to them. But I will do that work for you, sir.
Faith-filled flossers.
You better put a little bookmark so you remember to come back here. Faith-filled flossers. I'm going to say you made that up.
That is a real product. And unfortunately, AI didn't give me the breakout of this, but I'm assuming that it's a dental flosser.
Okay, I'm going to go on Amazon and I'll see if I can find these, okay?
All right. That could be our proof without having to put up an actual
because
image.
if it's on Amazon, I'm assuming it's a real thing.
But these are things that could bring the Lord to your gum line, keep your smile clean for Jesus.
Okay. It's not okay. Before you move on, we need to make sure this is it's not on Amazon. So we need to make sure it's a real thing because this could be another one of your hoaxes of a game that is not trustworthy. And I don't like games that there's not some element. If we're going to do this kind of game, it better be true. You better not be lying. I don't take kindly to liars, Dan.
Well, you have to take this up with AI. GPT say this.
I'm not seeing it. This game is trash. It's trash, Dan. We cannot play this game. I cannot play this game with you. We can do 2 more. And if they are all lies, because that one was a lie. That was a lie.
You're a lie. The Lord's Gym protein powder.
That is real.
That is fake.
Okay, I'm going to look it up because I don't trust it. The Lord's Gym protein powder.
Yes, the Lord's Gym protein powder for that pump for Jesus.
Okay, I'm not seeing that. Oh, I see something. God's Gym Fitness. Oh my, we have God's Gym Fitness whey powder. I will send you a picture of this one so you can add it to show the listeners how this one is actually real. I think they're flipped around. Okay, that's what I think is going on here. Right? Is that what you're thinking too?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well,
it
seems like it because the one you said was real wasn't, and the one you said wasn't real was. So I think the AI is all confused, or you didn't do a good job here.
Hey, I'm just going with what AI taught me.
Okay, I'm just saying that.
All right, let's try this one. See if this one's real or fake.
Okay, all right, next.
What would Jesus do? Air freshener.
What would Jesus do? Air freshener?
The scent of heaven brought into your car.
Okay, is it like the words, what would Jesus do on a little plaque? I can see that.
WWJD air freshener.
That's real.
According to this, it is real.
Okay, so it's probably fake. Let's see. These people. Oh, it is a real thing on Etsy. All right.
There you go.
I will screenshot that for you.
Why don't you go on Etsy and find if faith-filled flossers are real?
It's $19.99.
Yeah.
Look on Etsy for faith-filled flossers?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of this might be Etsy shit. So, yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. That could be a game. That could be a game that we do. Okay. Like Etsy has some stuff, but it should have showed up, but maybe it didn't. Maybe it was farther down in the
maybe they don't have a great SEO.
Maybe.
Faith-filled flossers needs to learn. All right. This one's a product for me.
Wait. Let me look up faith-filled flossers.
Flossers? Faith-filled frosting.
Faith-filled flossers.
The alliteration is tripping you.
I mean, it would sell. Let's be honest. Christians buy anything with that stuff on it.
Okay. As you floss,
I don't see anything even on
as it floss,
Etsy.
it plays a little hymn.
Okay, so far AI has been 1 for 1. 1 for 3.
All right. Anointed beard oil. Oil of Aaron.
Oh, that is real as real can be.
To get a nice, fluffy, well-groomed beard is fake.
No, it's not. I promise you it's not. Christian beard oil. Anointed Beard Oil Company. They have their own website. Come on.
I don't know what's up with ChatGPT.
ChatGPT is big fat liar and not trustworthy.
The new game is whether or not ChatGPT is right or not. All right. Praise a Pal plush dolls.
Praise a Pal?
Yeah. It's a plush doll.
Praise a Pal plush. Are you saying doll and saying dowel?
Doll.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I'm trying to make sure I save all these pictures.
She's irritated with me right now.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to save all these pictures because I want everybody else to be able to see the proof. It's not fair for us to say it's and not bring receipts. Come on now. We're going to bring the receipts of Dan's game that is flawed in many ways. Okay. What was it again? Plush doll.
Praise a Pal.
Praise a Pal. Real.
According to ChatGPT, it is real.
Praise a Pal. Praise Pal. Is it Praise Pal?
This one says Praise a Pal.
Okay, that's not a stuffed animal or anything. It's Praise a Pal initiative. Let me see here. Praise a Pal. Praise a Pal. I'm getting warnings, so I'm getting off that side.
It must be Christian.
I do not see anything that's actually Praise a Pal that is a stuffed animal. I see a Praise a Pal initiative, which is like students write their compliments to their peers. So that is a lie. The flossers and the Praise a Pal are out.
All right, here's one for you. WWJD yoga pants.
Oh, come on. Of course.
Written across the ass.
Yes, it's real. Let's see. Let me see. Written across the ass?
Yeah.
No. Okay, so first of all, I see sweatshirts with WWJD.
No, there are Christian yoga pants out there now.
But would they say something across the ass? Probably not, because it would draw attention to it.
Has WW on one cheek and JD on the other cheek.
Those are not real.
And a cross down the crack.
Okay, I said it was real, but I researched it. I don't see it.
It's fake.
Okay, good. All right.
Jesus soap on a rope.
What?
It's soap so you don't have to bend over in the shower.
I want to say fake.
According to this, it's real.
Okay, I got to look it up. So what does it just say? Jesus, soap on a rope? Next time, if you want to do these games, tell ChatGPT to give you the website links.
And then it was going off on some weird stuff.
Jesus soap. There's Jesus soap, wash away your sins. Been a little naughty, wash away your sins. And it is a picture of like Jesus like this. Like it's a white bar of soap. Oh gosh. Okay.
How odd would that feel, washing your genitalia?
There is seriously Jesus soap on a rope. That's real. That is real, guys. What is going on with this? It's kind of funny. It'd be a good, funny gag gift for somebody.
Get Jesus face deep in the taint.
You know how much it is on eBay? No. $75.
Oh, I'm sure. It's novelty. All right, here's one for you. Rapture Ready, the board game. Make sure you got them pants folded because you wear that.
The yoga pants with Jesus. What would Jesus do on the butt?
And wear.
You better not be wearing those because you ain't going.
Wear flesh-toned underwear so you're not completely naked.
I'm going to say that's real.
According to this, it's fake.
Okay, say it again. Resurrection Ready.
Rapture Ready.
Rapture Ready.
The board game.
Board game. Guys, I mean, honestly, we should come up with these. These are hilarious. Rapture board game.
No shit.
It's on Board Game Geek. Let me see. Oh my goodness. What is this? New World Order starter box. Let me see all the pictures.
This sounds like a Sunday fun day.
There's like these
game night for the family to play.
Weird creatures. Is this really like the name of this game? It said it when I Googled it, but I don't. This one looks like. Is it? Rapture add-on. Yeah, it's called Rapture. It's small unit skirmish war game where myths, legends, and conspiracies are sci-fi reality. So let's see if we can find one. Yeah, it's not the same thing.
So according to this, it wasn't real.
Well, I don't believe AI, so I'm going to keep looking here for a minute. The Opinionated Gamers review of Rapture. Like that game's probably going to... I don't see... Oh, The Second Coming, Rapture. The Second Coming, a role-playing game of theological terror. That's probably more like kind of like they're trying to make this horror game, based off the myth, right? So that wouldn't be we're looking for like literal evangelicals like made this game, right?
Yes. That it's church sponsored.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything. It's probably not real.
All right. Armor of God backpack set. So it's a backpack with the helmet of
salvation, that's real.
The breastplate of righteousness.
Armor of God backpack, yeah.
According to this, it says yes.
There's also a board game as I started to type it in, so. Backpack. Oh, it's for little kids. Put on the full armor of God. Let's just look at what this says. This is a little pink one. Sword of the Spirit. Oh, yeah, you want to take that into a school. Shield of faith, gospel of peace, belt of truth, breastplate of righteousness, and the helmet of salvation. Oh, God. $45. It's on sale.
That kid's getting his ass kicked walking in the first day of school.
This one makes me kind of sad that these little kids are like...
All right.
Wearing it in. Probably preaching to their second grade classmates too.
The Holy Toast stamper. Stamps an image, probably of Jesus onto your toast.
Okay. I'm going to say this is real.
According to this, it's real.
I bet you that was on Etsy. Holy Toast stamper. Oh, yeah. Fred and Friend Holy Toast bread stamper. Holy Toast Miracle Press. That's a Mary shape. Ooh, evangelicals don't like that one. Oh, there's one with a wooden hand carved stamp for the holy bread. That's for the liturgy. So I guess that's kind of a Holy Toast. It looks like Mary. I don't know if there's any Jesus ones.
There probably is somewhere.
But yeah. Yeah, so that's a real thing.
God's Gym water bottle. His pain, your gain.
Oh, come on.
I know there's T-shirts.
That's real.
I've seen many family members wearing that.
It almost like
God's
I almost want to say
his
it should
pain,
be.
Your gain.
I mean, that's something. I'm going to say yes, it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me look it up first because we don't believe anything Dan says at this point.
Lying bastard over here.
He's just lying to us left and right. Okay. So the Lord, what was it called?
The Lord, God's Gym water bottle.
God's Gym water bottle. Made to worship Jesus, the way, the truth, and the life. God guides on. Let's eat. You know what? I don't see. Let me pull up images. What'd you say it would say? His
God's
pain,
Gym
your gain.
Water bottle. His pain, your gain.
I mean, that's
what the T-shirts used to say.
That's almost clever to put on a water bottle. People would buy that. We can. Let's start making these things to sell them to Christians and then take the money and put it towards like good causes that actually, like their money is kind of being. They would buy it without asking.
All right.
Is that wrong?
A spirit-filled squeezy cross.
Spirit-filled.
A little stress reliever. That's a cross filled with the Spirit.
Squeezy cross. You mean like a squeezy thing?
Squeezy cross.
What is squeezy?
It's like a pressure.
This little stress relief?
But it's a cross. And it's Spirit-filled.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yes. No?
No.
Spirit-filled stress cross. Yes, there is cross stress reliever, but it's for a health center. Oh, here's some. Those are ornaments. So I guess it's kind of right. There is one that's like wooden that you would squeeze, but not like squishy.
All right. Couple more. Bibleopoly. A Christian knockoff of Monopoly.
I'm pretty sure my parents had that game, so I'm going to say yes.
Yes.
Bibleopoly?
No jail, just meditation time. Straight to meditation.
Oh, that's real. I want to kind of want to try these things.
Okay, how about anointed chapstick? A lip balm infused with prayer.
Anointed? What? Kenneth Copeland selling it? Real.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to have to look that one up too. I'm doing these as we do it so that I don't forget because...
Yeah, one more.
Hang on. Anointed chapstick?
Anointed chapstick. Infused with prayer and spiritually fortified. Guaranteed to protect your lips and soul from dryness.
I mean, there's a brand called Anointed, but I don't think it's necessarily spiritual, so I don't really see anything that's called Anointed chapstick. Miracles Happen Anointed Balm. Oh my gosh. Joan Hunter Shop. And Miracles Happen. I mean, it's cute. It's in one of those little balls like this. But it's purple, blue, red.
All right.
But
Saint-Atizer hand sanitizer. Kills 99% of sin and germs.
No.
That's fake.
I gotta see Saint hand sanitizer. I guess that's how
Saint-Atizer.
Okay, I'm gonna look for Saint-Atizer. Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay.
The Virtue alarm clock.
Wait, there is Saint Cuomo hand sanitizer spray though. Okay, what was it again?
The Virtue alarm clock. Instead of beeping, it yells scriptures about sloth and laziness until you're bed and get out of bed.
That's actually pretty funny. I kind of hope that one's real.
It's fake.
That would have been kind of a funny one, actually.
Get out of bed, you lazy motherfucker. All right, last one. Heavenly Hair Shampoo and Conditioner. A spiritually uplifting hair care line sold at Christian women's conferences. Scents?
Yes.
Lily of the Valley and Grace.
Yes.
Yeah, it's real.
Heavenly Shampoo.
Yeah.
Lily of the Valley. Oh, of course they would, because that's talked about in what, Song of Solomon? Golden Goat Farms. That's not the same thing.
That's a little different.
Heavenly Shampoo. Wildflower. Did you say Wildflower was one of them?
No.
There is Heavenly Shampoo, but I'm not gonna take a picture because that's obvious. I don't think that necessarily is Christian owned. Yeah, but that might just be it's heavenly because that word doesn't necessarily have a religious connotation to it always.
So another failure of a game. I'll have to get better at these.
But you know what? We make them fun.
So let's get into our topic at hand. So something we were dealing with here was just this guilt that we had. And this guilt of not doing enough to protest, to expose the evils that are going on.
And it's not really the guilt of not doing it. It's the guilt of feeling like you're not doing enough. You're feeling guilty that you're not doing enough.
Oh, perfect. Yes, exactly. Because that was the same thing we had in the church. You could have been given 50% tithe every spare moment you're at the church, and you'd still feel that guilt of, am I doing enough to support the church and make this message clear and put out to the world? Am I doing everything I possibly can? And that's the same feeling we had here.
And I will bring up, okay, we must be doing probably more than our kids' friends' parents are. First of all, we push back on the podcast, right? Over this stuff that's going on politically. This is what we're this is what we're referring to. It is the political stuff that's going on, right? Yeah. Whether we're speaking out enough or not enough or whatever. We kind of got snared into this almost a legalistic mindset about how much you do, how much you protest, how much you are supporting, talking about, being vocal about. There's always this, don't be quiet, don't be quiet, don't be quiet. Nor do I think you should be quiet.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you talk endlessly and all the time about it.
Yeah.
And what caught me this week was 2 of my kids mentioned to me, why do you talk about
47.
the president, 47, so much? And it kind of caught me like, okay, they think that because they hear me a lot, right? And having conversations with you or having conversations with other people or doing posts or writing about, like we're probably, and I post on even my most MAGA place, I will throw posts up on my story and sometimes on my thread on Facebook where it's very MAGA for me. So first of all, I would say that we're probably speaking out more than a lot of people are. Right? I mean, like we can give that to us.
We're using
we
some
probably
platforms.
We are using what we have to do some, right?
Yeah.
But to her, like I'm totally just talking about him all the time.
Yeah.
It's not true in my mind, but in her mind, that's how she's perceiving it.
And that's an interesting
not just her
aspect of this. Because it's doing the same thing that religion did to us too.
Yeah.
It makes us monotone. It makes us one note on how we are perceived by others. So I think it's the kids kind of reaching out and saying, why is this so prevalent in your life? Why are you talking about this when we know who you are, Mom, and this isn't who you are.
And they don't mean like you don't stand for the other people. No. They just mean like you're completely wrapped up in politics and you know, like. And
what it was probably seeing was it was changing from your goofy, lighthearted, easygoing personality where you like to be made fun of by the family and just giggle and laugh and just enjoy the stupid things of life.
Yeah.
And instead, just like in the church, instead of a fear of a coming of Jesus again, and if I'm going to go to hell or heaven, it was a fear of what's going to happen if I don't expose these truths.
Yeah, or don't speak out here.
These people going to run rampant over us like 1930s Germany. And I want to be on the right side of that when the world comes to rescue everything here. And it's a new fear that's instilled in us.
And then we're motivated. I was motivated by fear. I was doing it because I don't want to get kicked out of this group. Yeah. I want to prove my worthiness of being in this group.
The Christian faith.
It is no different. I'm doing things that I don't necessarily want to do. There are things now I'm catching myself before I post. I'm like, do I really want to put that out there?
Yeah.
You know, like yes or no. And sometimes yes, and sometimes it's no. Or am I doing it to like prove I'm
speaking out?
Sometimes
it's yes, sometimes it's no.
Exactly.
But it's usually an answer. Depending on how I feel that day. Yeah, I may say yes.
So basically what I kind of came to the realization of this week, and I think I said it to you, like, am I doing things because, like, if I go to a protest, am I going because I want to go? I really want to go, and I feel like this is something I'm passionate, like I want to, and I might feel passionate about what they're standing for, right?
Yeah.
But not necessarily about the protest. And we can't all do all the things, and we need to figure out what our role is in this. And for me, I realized I'm passionate about helping people get encouraged and strengthened so they can continue to do their portion of the work.
Yep, and that's kind of the answer that we came to on this whole dilemma, because we were realizing that, okay, there's an issue here. There are very much similarities between what we left and what we're doing now. We're trying to seek the approval of this group. We're trying to put ourselves out to make these things happen in this group so that we fit in and we don't get shunned by this group because we want to be part of it. We feel like this can be the right side of history.
Even saying what you said the title of the podcast, which might end up being the title because it's a good hook, really, if nothing else.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's a fear in me of we could get rejected for that. But here's the thing. It's honestly how we feel.
Yeah.
And if we're not honest about who we really are and what we really think, and we just pretend, we're going to have pretend friends. We're going to have a pretend group that we're part of, which is what we were doing in Christianity. So this is where authenticity has to take precedence.
Yeah.
We have to be authentic in order to find the people who this resonates with. And it doesn't mean that this should be resonating with everybody, but there's a space for this message.
Some of it should resonate with everybody, because kind of the solution that we came to was that in anything we do, so in this, we're considering it a battle of truth, a battle of righteousness, of what is going to be. It
feels like, a lot of good versus evil, right versus wrong.
In every battle, it's not just 100% soldiers out in the field.
No.
There's support staff behind it. Mm-hmm. There's generals planning things. And not to say the people behind the lines are, we're all the planners and generals and you guys go out. No.
Yeah.
But there are people that plan these things and put it forward, and they'll be out in the battle with it. But there's also doctors behind the lines and nurses, and there's support staff moving equipment and everything else forward. There's just
people that repair
all sorts of things behind the scenes.
Machines. And and as we can see, we can even take what 47 has done with these positions. Like, I don't know if it played a role, but it sounds like it might have with the floods that happened in Texas. Mm-hmm. You pull out people who are necessary that just seem, they're not the glory positions. They're not the soldiers on the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're behind the scenes, but they have a wider view, so they can kind of, help with this, or like, they're the ones that come in when there's been a catastrophe and they help repair. And like, if you take all that away, those are all valuable pieces. Just like every part of your body has a purpose and it helps with your whole system. You take away pieces, the other parts are going to compensate and it'll suffer. It's the same thing with this kind of stuff. When we go into, yes, I do think that as a collective, we are evolving into something more beautiful, stronger, more inclusive of others, just a healthier, more beautiful space. On the other side of this, it's there, right? We got to go through whatever we're going through right now, but it is on the other side of this. It will get better eventually. Yeah. I think we have to think of where do we fit? What's our wheelhouse? Like, find out what you're passionate about and just spin right there. Don't try to do all the things that everybody is suggesting to you, because it's likely, if you came out of a toxic religious space, that you are highly suggestible to this black and white, right, wrong, good, evil, righteous, unrighteous. You know what I'm saying? And that's not bad necessarily, but you got to remember that you're not going to do all the right things. You know what I'm saying? You can do some of the right things. And I'm not saying you're doing some right things and some bad things, though we all are. But I'm just saying you can't do everything that is good.
Yeah. And there's got to be roles behind the scenes, like you were saying. Because people on the front get hurt. They need to have someone repair and fix them up again, so that they can continue to do what they need to do. So there needs to be people back behind that are just like, hey, all right, let's rest. Let's take a look at this. Let's analyze this. Let's work on your mental health. It's given permission to do a role you're suited for.
Yes, and not feel guilty about not doing the other roles that you're not suited for.
And another way to look at it, instead of a battle scenario, would be like a sports scenario. If you're doing football, not everyone's a quarterback. So you find the people that have good arms and can think quickly and read defenses, and they're going to be your quarterback. And the big guys that are strong and able to move other people are going to be your linemen. And the fast guys that can run real fast and catch a ball are going to be your receivers. They not necessarily participate in or active in every play, but they have a role with what's going on in there. And not only that, you have coaches on the sidelines and trainers and everything else that are supporting the team so that they can achieve a victory in the end. Know your role. Not everyone's going to be a lineman, or not everyone's going to be a quarterback or whatever. Find out what suits you best. If you have high anxiety in public spaces and crowds, what good is it going to do for you to go to a protest? Because you're going to constantly be sitting there worried about the anxiety that's in you because you're in this group.
Well, you're gonna be wasting so much energy trying to control that anxiety that you're not going to be of much good, where you could be really useful in another area. And this is something this brings to my mind. This is something I've also been thinking about in the whole deconstruction movement, or deculting, or whatever you call it. There are people that are coming out of deconstruction, and I've said before that the whole deconstruction process is a grieving process. And so it comes in waves, and the waves get farther and farther apart. But at the beginning, it's very intense.
Mm-hmm.
And you have people that are coming out, they're angry, they're sad, they're disillusioned.
Mm-hmm.
They're, you need people to sit right there with them. Okay. To
Mm-hmm.
be at that space with them. You need people to talk to the people who are in there to maybe see if they can get some more coming out. And then you need people who are farther along. So I need somebody, we've been on this journey for 13 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So I need somebody who's a little bit farther down the road than me to help me. And I need to be a help to those who are still not where I'm at on the journey,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that we're kind of helping one another, but I don't need to be trying to be up here way farther down the road that I'm not at. Like sometimes I get caught in the trap, like, well, I'm not here, so I can't help. And it's like, no, like help these people at the you remember what it's like to be at that very beginning in that scary space. And then some of the people in deconstruction are in an angry phase. They need to be allowed to be angry for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then some are in this space of just denial. And some are in the space of, until you get to the space of acceptance where you can kind of get your own traction going. There's just all these phases that people need someone to sit with them and hold space for them to process that emotion. And I feel like that's a role that I can do for a lot of those spaces.
Yeah.
But not everybody wants to do that job. Not everybody thinks that's like, I don't think that you would really you'd probably feel really uncomfortable in that space.
It's understanding your role, where you're best at. Now, you are a louder individual. You project better.
Okay, that's a nice way of saying that.
But no, you project better than I do. So at a protest, my voice won't be heard because I'm a very soft-spoken.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Individual. I don't project very well. And honestly, I look probably more like someone that would be at January 6th than
you fit the description.
At a protest anywhere else. But that beside the point there is, if we're in an argument or a confrontation of a verbal confrontation,
mm-hmm.
I'm not a guy that's really good at debate quickly. I need to think, process, reorganize thoughts, and come back at it later.
Yeah. You're not.
It wouldn't do me any good to be in that situation on this, where I'm debating someone. I wouldn't.
You're not quick. It takes you longer to process it, basically.
Yeah, I'm quick-witted with a put down or whatever, but when I want to rebut an argument, if I'm in the moment and do it,
it also
I
depends
usually
on,
come back to later like, that wasn't the right thing to say.
Yeah.
This is what I should have said.
Which I think I do that too.
You're a little better at that because that's how you process information. You're going to spill it out right here, and you're going to work through it verbally with the other individual. So there's roles that we both can fit into,
mm-hmm.
where
that would complement one another. Yeah.
On ways to attack things. So whenever I'm in conflict, and if it's a group of us in conflict with another group, I'm usually the guy that's like, all right, here's the plan. Don't say this, don't say that. Let's go and approach this way and here. And I'm taking in the information, processing it, trying to figure out what ways, and to really kind of cement the point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good at playing the long game with things. You don't like the long game at all.
I'm not a fan. But I can do it. I don't like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just got to know our different roles and see how we can fit into things like that. So with me doing videos or something, that'd probably be a little more effective for me, because then I could process out, think through something, and actually put it out there to let people think about it, and try to work through something that might challenge their thought.
Yeah.
But for me, necessarily being out in a protest and doing something, I don't know how much good I would do other than being a number there as a reflection.
Which could be something like, maybe you want to go and you feel the urge. There's nothing wrong with, we're not saying anything's right or wrong. We're just not making a judgment at all on what you do. You decide for you without feeling guilted into it, without feeling shame. Ask yourself, why am I doing this, or why am I not doing this? When you have a situation where someone's offering, hey, this is what you need to do, ask yourself, is this something I'm doing because I feel I'll be unworthy if I don't? I'll be unworthy of I will be bad. I will be evil in some way if I don't. So I need to put that pressure on myself. Or is it something that you're going towards? I want to do this because I know this will help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That there's a big difference there, and you have to be honest with yourself and not shame yourself if it is the former and not the latter.
Yep.
You just got to be like, that's okay. That's where I'm at right now.
And it's also just understanding yourself, because maybe you don't know where you go and you put yourself in a situation and it's just wrecking you. So when we're dealing with this political stuff, and we'll take our lives for an example, I can kind of process through this stuff and see, okay, this is all bullshit. This is, all right, they're trying to push fear here. And it's just me being able to, my skills are able to reason through some of this stuff and not really worry about it. You tend to wear it and emotionally accept it in.
Yeah.
So,
or I feel the energy of it, like absorb it a little bit.
When you feel that, it can really drag you down if it's really negative news coming in all the time. And we've seen examples of that from you here recently, where you just had to take a break. And that's kind of the key to this point, is understanding that if you're down and depressed and just out of sync, you need to step away for a little bit and reboot and recoup and rebuild yourself back up. Get yourself
away
into a
from
healthy
media
mindset.
And social media. Just if you're gonna, if you have to be on social media, go to like puppy videos or something. Find uplifting things to. And the reason I wasn't doing that for a while was because I had to ask myself, why am I not doing this? Why am I so focused on this? And it really boiled down to, when I was honest with myself, it was because I don't want to be accused of sticking my head in the sand. I don't want to be accused of some white, weak woman that can't handle this stuff, because I can handle some, but I can't handle all of it. And nobody's nervous system is meant to handle all of it. And because I work from home, I can listen while I'm doing mundane tasks sometimes. And so I'm getting flooded with it more than sometimes your average person too.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to a lot of opinions rather than just straight facts. And it was just, I can handle the facts. It's the opinions that I'm still suggestible in those areas. And so my nervous system is reacting, because we have to face it. We're in a time politically, like in our country, that's very similar to my upbringing in evangelical Christianity. This hope of escape. Somebody save us. Somebody rescue us. This thing's got to change. It's getting to a heightened point, and I can't stay in this urgent state of Jesus' return. But now it's an urgent state of Democrats help us. You know what I'm saying? And always looking for a rescue. No, it's not. It's always looking for a savior instead of your own.
And another aspect of this too is that in your training and upbringing, you were never really given that skill set.
No, I don't even.
You were, and now all of a sudden you're expected to be fully submerged and immersed in this.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, okay, so I just got thrown in the deep end without knowing how to swim.
Yeah. I don't necessarily, I'm having to learn how to filter what things are being said to me, whether they're, first of all, true, even though they're coming from reliable sources, doesn't mean they're true. It's still a lot of times opinions come through. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even on the most reliable of news, you're going to get opinions, and the opinions. I heard this quote this week that you suffer a lot more in your imagination than you do in reality. And so what my nervous system is triggering is thoughts of tribulation, maybe not the same picture that I had when I was a kid of, the tribulation, but like a lot of suffering, like 1930s Germany.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I have pictures and images of those in my head. And so when people are saying something like, they're using language that these people seem very much like these, and that might be true, but my imagination is running wild and making it way worse than what is happening in reality. Even though it's bad, I'm making it worse, and I'm making my own suffering worse. And I think if there's a lot of us doing that, that's not healthy for the collective.
It weakens the movement.
It does. It does weaken the movement. And that's the authenticity. We have to be authentic even here to strengthen it. Yeah.
And it's just giving yourself permission to be like, I don't have to be in the forefront of this. I can be there supporting and agreeing and pushing forth. Maybe it's just, I'm going to repost any video I see that I agree with, and I'm going to push that out. And that's all you do. You don't create anything or put anything out. That's
Mhm.
perfectly fine. If that's
Mhm.
what works best for you and what you can handle and mentally take care of yourself still,
Or
that's doing
even
it, because it doesn't do any good to wear yourself out and
no,
harm yourself.
it actually does more harm for all of us if you do
Yeah.
that, if you wear yourself
And
out.
you won't be able to enjoy the fruits of the labor after the war is over
Yeah.
because you're going to be completely wrecked.
And you might not even make it,
Yeah.
through it because, I mean, we don't
Yeah.
know what's going to happen to any
Yeah.
of us in this future, but we don't want to weaken the movement. Another thing, here's a suggestion. Just if you're sharing stuff, something I've started doing is make sure it's true.
Yeah.
I've found things that were from people who I thought were legit, and they're spreading lies. They're spreading
Yeah.
something they don't, not intentionally, but they're spreading more fear mongering. So
Yeah.
we have to be really careful that we're not spreading more fear for people
Yeah.
because people are suggestible. We have to keep in mind how suggestible people are.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, hopefully we've made it clear what we're talking about
Yeah.
when we say, like, you don't, you don't have to protest or
Just-
whatever you said at the beginning. That hook was, if you stayed and listened, we appreciate that because
Yeah.
you're able to hold space for nuance and
Yeah.
hear us out.
Yeah. Because, it's just know your role, jabroni, as The Rock used to say.
Yeah.
Fit yourself in the place that you can be the most productive at.
Mm-hmm. And you'll feel that passion for it, whatever it is. And if you don't, give yourself space and time without judgment to figure it out.
And recognize if you're in a role that
Try the things.
doesn't fit, recognize that it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
This isn't right for you.
And don't allow shame to keep you trapped there.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to lose. People are going to say things to you. People are going to say you're putting your head in the sand, or people are saying you're delusional, or people are saying, you're using your privilege or whatever. And so be it. So be it. You have to be
like we said a
strong
couple
enough
of weeks
to.
ago, not everyone's going to like you.
Yeah.
So that's all right. And it's just kind of building off that. You got to find out what you're going to be best at.
Yeah.
And
that's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
We're practicing what we preach.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a podcast. Not everybody can have a podcast.
Yeah.
Not everybody has the time, the desire, or, the ability to do it.
Yeah.
So, but you have something you can bring to the table. Something, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's just spreading more kindness in the world.
Yep. Kind of wrap it up. I mean, you can just keep this in mind. You don't need a bullhorn to matter.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the most silent of protests are the most effective.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be with your wallet or with your actions or whatever you do and how you go about.
Because whispers get louder as they go. So if you're having those conversations with your loved ones, which I know we do sometimes up close and personal, but no one will ever know that we're having those conversations unless we talk about it here. But most people are having those conversations in the privacy of their homes, and then with friends and family that are maybe in MAGA or considering coming out of it. So that is having an effect too.
Yeah. So just if you're looking for permission to opt out of something you don't feel comfortable in or it's not productive for you, here it is.
I mean, not that we need to give anybody permission, but maybe hearing it from somebody else.
Give yourself permission to be able to say, yeah, this isn't working.
Yeah, this is all I have right now to offer.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a living sacrifice like, you were in Christianity. Everything you did was,
Because so much else in your life's going to suffer.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about work and everything else. I'm talking about relationships, family,
and you have
that you hold dear.
I find myself, I know that we're trying to wrap it up, but here's one last point that I find myself sometimes being jealous of people just doing something fun, just going on vacation and having fun. And I'm like, how can you do that when all this suffering's going on? I know I'm not the only one that's thinking like that.
Mm-hmm.
We can have fun and we need to have fun. We need to have joy. We need to enjoy life because for all we really know is we got one shot. We get to do this one time and then we're out. Either we stop existing. Maybe we come back around. Maybe there's a heaven somewhere. But that's it. As far as we know. So don't throw away your whole life too. I mean, enjoy it.
Yeah.
You do get to enjoy it.
Yeah. It's no good to give your kids a better place to live if they don't know who you are.
Yeah. I mean, unless you might be in a phase where that's all you got to give and you have to do all those things. Do you have to work all the time? That's different. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the movement toward more equality.
And letting guilt and shame dictate how you live your life.
Yeah.
You got to figure out what's best for you and be authentic. So with that being said, if you held on, thank you. And you may still be pissed off, but don't be too pissed off when you go up and rate us. Give us 5 stars.
But only give us 5 stars.
Yeah. If you want to protest us, give us 5 stars. That would harm us greatly. But only 5 stars. Hit subscribe too. That helps us out greatly. Pushes us out.
Share it with people too. Please share it.
We appreciate that. If you're on YouTube, smash that like, hit that subscribe. We'd love to get more numbers on there. If you need anything Dan and Ken show related, go to
danandcan.com.
danandcan.com. Everything that we do is on there. And all of Candy's side businesses that she's running with hypnotherapy and all that, and her Substack and all her information going out there, go do that. Because honestly, all we're doing is we're just sharing life right now. We decided we wanted to take this in a different direction and make it more about what's happening now and what we're looking for in the future.
So
and
people
these are
can
things,
see what it looks like when you're actually living deconstruction.
Yeah. And it's messy and it's tough and there's a lot of things that come up. And like I said, when I create topics for these episodes, I'm just reviewing the last week of our life and being like, oh, that was a big one this week.
Yeah.
Which this was. So we'll see what happens next week.
That's what I've always liked to do, is I like that kind of style. So hopefully you guys like it.
We're just sharing life with you guys and what's happening, and hopefully it relates with a lot of you.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we may not be marching, but we're still moving. Maybe it's in comfy shoes and sweatpants, but we're still moving.
That's from AI too. I know it, Dan.
Hey.
Come on.
I'm a busy guy. I only have so much time. I have to permit myself to be able to use these tools to help aid me through things.
I know. So I don't judge it. It's just funny because I can tell that you did not write that.
I'm starting to take after you, and I got too many projects going on in my mind.
But your creativity is kind of blossoming. I love it. I've never seen you be so creative. And you like it. It's fun, isn't it?
No.
It is fun. You love it, please.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, maybe we'll talk about being forced to be creative.
Oh, gosh. Nobody's forcing you. You come up with an idea. I've got an idea I want to talk about. Sometimes I'm like, bad idea.
Half the time I don't even get half the idea out. And you're like, nope, that sucks. That's horrible.
But I also am helping you understand that that's the brainstorming process.
If I would have done that to you.
You have done it to me.
Not halfway through. I listened to your whole pitch.
Okay. You know how I am. I'm sorry. I need to work on that. You're correct.
But then I'll be like,
But then I go, okay, wait. So explain it. Yeah. I do have you explain the whole thing to me.
Yeah.
I don't just say no and never hear. You make it sound like I never hear what it was. I might say no right off the bat, and then we laugh, and then I'm like, okay, go ahead. And then I'm like, yeah, still no.
You're mean to me.
Oh, my God.
Need help. So anyways, protest at your own way. Figure out the way you want to put your thoughts into the world. Allow it.
Maybe you use AI.
Son of a bitch. We may not be back next week.
This time he's going to divorce me.
And I might give her all the peanut butter in the custody battle.
I will take it.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. So, all right. Talk to you later, folks.
Bye.
Bye.
Had to pee so much.